story since yesterday. In fact, the Indians have given their mandate. It was widely expected that it will be Prime Minister Modi who will be making a hat-trick. While that is not completely untrue, the numbers that were given in the exit polls have turned out, in fact, if we have to compare them with the real results that are with us, the mandate, viewers, needless to say, is shocking. The NDA, in fact, has been given a total of 292 seats, while the Congress has been given 99 seats. It's a significant gain for the party. We're going to take you through all that is happening on that front, whether it will be BJP-led NDA, which will form the government at the center, or will the NDA alliance spring a surprise? We're going to give you minute-by-minute updates, but before that, the Union Cabinet will meet to take stock of the Lok Sabha election results and may recommend the dissolution of the current Lok Sabha. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will chair the meeting, which will begin at 11:30 a.m., a day after the general election results were declared. Prime Minister Modi has convened the meeting at his Lok Kalyan Marg residence. The NDA will be holding a meeting at 4 p.m. where JDU Chief Nitish Kumar and TDP Chief Chandrababu Naidu are expected to attend. The India Bloc meeting will be held at 6 p.m. where Congress and its allies are expected to decide the next move. In a first since 2014, the ruling BJP fell short of independently gaining a majority in the Lok Sabha, viewers. The BJP had to settle for 240 seats, far from the majority mark of 272. This restricted, in fact, the 400 paar goal of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi-led National Democratic Alliance, which settled at 292. I'm also joined by Bhanuchandra Nagarajan, who is a political analyst, and Sanjay Rana, who is a political analyst. Sanjay, I'll come to you. Abki baar 400 par is a distant dream. Abki baar coalition sarkar.
Yeah, good morning to a fellow panelist. First of all, I think this slogan was not a right slogan for any political party, because it needs two messages: one for the opposition, one for your party workers. For party workers, it looks fine, but for opposition, it's give a chance to attack on you. You have seen that how they, taken this slogan of Bharatiya Janata Party 400 ke paar. They said they will change the Samvidhan, they will change XYZ things, and they will do XYZ thing. So a lot of things went wrong against, I would say, Bharatiya Janata Party. I think whosoever's given this byline or slogan to BJP was not, I think he was not the person who was thinking good for the BJP. I think Modi ki guarantee was the right slogan for Bharatiya Janata Party, and with this kind of with this narrative, they would have got majority. But looking at the current scenario, I think this time coalition government is going to form, and it's going to be difficult for the BJP to manage both the parties. I'm talking about JDU and TDP. TDP, at least I can understand they have ambition for Andhra Pradesh, but looking at the background of history of Mr. Nitish Kumar is going to be very, very challenging for Bharatiya Janata Party, and when and how is going to twist from A group to B group, we don't know. So I don't know how BJP is going to manage, but they have a plan B as well, looking at other independent candidate and other candidate, because I was just doing a calculation the morning. If anything happened, only one party is required, either TDP or JDU. So I'm damn sure BJP will work on both the options, plan A and the plan B, with the JDU, without JDU, with the TDP, without TDP. And I'm damn sure that the think tank of Bharatiya Janata Party will make a proper plan this time. If they are forming the government, they obviously they need to look at all the parameters. They cannot take strong decision. Strong decision means a one-sided decision. Suppose Prime Minister want to do something, he has to talk to the partners, which was not the case in last 10 years. So this scenario has been changed for sure. and also giving chance to opposition. They come up with a strong mandate, and they will you obviously going to set up a narrative that mandate which they got and which BJP has obviously is a 50-50, I would say. I'm not BJP, I would say NDA, 50-50, and they will try to set up a narrative. But Sneha, it's going to be difficult for Bharatiya Janata Party this time, looking at the scenario. And a lot of changes the BJP need to do internally and to come out from this particular issues and the problem which they have in hand and they are going to face in future.
Right, Bhanu, coming to you, it's a first since 2014 that the ruling BJP has fallen short of independently gaining a majority in the Lok Sabha. We heard a lot of things. Ab ki baar, 400 paar, Prime Minister Modi is going to come back with a thumping majority and what not. What happened?
Good morning, Neha, and to my fellow panelists. This morning, it's good to start with a lesson in psychology. It's called anchoring bias. Assume you go to a shop and the shopkeeper says, this costs 100 rupees. We will start negotiating with that 100 rupees in mind, VAT or whatever it is, right? But we do not know the actual worth. What happened with the BJP and the BJP supporters and in fact the onlookers is that between the 303 number of BJP from 2019 and the 400 paar campaign, people thought that it would be somewhere in between. That's where I think all of us, including the exit poll surveyors, got it wrong and they posited some number between 300 and 400, right? But if you look at it, 294 is a decent number. Okay, in fact, if in 2014, if somebody gave BJP 240, they would have actually accepted it. I mean, they got much higher than that, but 240 is a very good number. 294 is a comfortable majority. Though there are two coalition partners, there are quite reliable coalition partners because they are partners in the states as well. Okay, and if you want to know how the BJP will run a coalition government, since it has been running a single party government or party which had a majority of its own, we only have to look at how BJP has handled the situation in the Rajya Sabha, where it did not have majority. It actually built consensus even for tough measures like Article 370 and so on and so forth, right? So I think BJP is not alien to working with other parties to create consensus. One last point before I give it back to you, Neha. There's an old communist saying that they won the war, but we had the good songs, right? That is what is happening with the Congress party. They have actually fared quite badly. 99 is not a great number. Again, the anchoring bias. We all thought we were anchoring Congress's number around 50, and now they got 99, so it looks amazing. But in fact, it's still a two-digit party. So I think after some time, after the initial outpouring of feelings have gone, when we look back at these numbers a couple of weeks from now, the reality will hit that it's still an Indian Sarkar with Prime Minister Modi as Prime Minister, and things will go on as planned by the BJP.
That the NDA is going to make a comeback. You're saying it will not be the India alliance that could perhaps play the spoilsport?
So I think the PDP and JDU have written to the president is what I read from Twitter. So I cannot confirm the news, but this is what I read. If that means they're already comfortably over 272, right? So and also LJP and Eknath Shinde, Shivsena put together, they're comfortably over the line. So there should not be any problems as of now.
Okay. At this point, I'd also like to introduce my colleague Ashok, who is with me here in the studios. Ashok, if we have to decipher what is going on in the voters' mind, the fact is that economically we were doing well, but we grew by 8.2% this year. But the fact also is that inflation is growing, unemployment is growing. What happened?
Well, just to add to what panelists just said, is that a lot of things went wrong as far as the NDA alliance is concerned. So, according to me, the first thing that got wrong was ticket distribution. The most basic and the fundamental thing when you contest the elections is to handpick who your warriors would be. So, the warriors picked up by the NDA alliance this time around were not rightly done. The second thing is the campaigning done by the NDA parties. It was a divisive campaign. there was too much emphasis on dividing the communities along communal lines, caste lines. And the last thing that I believe is that the Modi magic is declining.
Absolutely.
When I say that, I will just back it up with my logic that if Modi magic was so strong, then the kind of landslide votes in favor of Samajwadi Party would not have taken place. Probably the BJP got its calculation wrong. They were overconfidence which led to complacency in the party cadres. It was just pointed out
And Ashok, I'm sorry to interrupt here. We're talking about a party which is known to meticulously carry out, the electoral process and also, plan their things and all. Here we're talking about BJP, we're talking about Amit Shah, we're talking stalwarts like PM Modi himself.
Yeah. So, there are times when you get it wrong. One of our panelists pointed out recently saying that there was an anchoring bias when the Bharatiya Janata Party came up with the slogan of Ab ki baar 400 paar. So basically they anchored the voters' sight to the 400 mark. And that is where, as it was rightly pointed out, that the bargaining starts. So they had fixed their target there and said, okay, around this we should be getting some numbers. But in their zeal, overconfidence, complacency, they forgot to test the pulse on the ground. The pulse on the ground was suggesting something else. The pulse on the ground was suggesting migration of almost 7 to 8% voters away from the Bharatiya Janata Party. I am talking about UP. In UP, we saw large-scale exodus of Dalits, OBCs and minority votes towards Samajwadi Party. The Samajwadi Party is happy that it has consolidated its vote bank, but at the cost of Bharatiya Janata Party loosening its grip over it. The second thing is that the whole country over, there was no uniform narrative which stuck to the voters. So, if you look at the big states of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, the elections have been won or lost on local issues. In Rajasthan, the votes were divided along caste fault lines. In Maharashtra, yes, there was a slight impact of the narrative by the Congress alliance which suggested that, look, if you give 400 plus votes or seats to the Bharatiya Janata Party alliance, they will change the constitution and do away with the reservation policy, which kind of created a fear psychosis in the minds of people in Uttar Pradesh and also in Maharashtra. And that is where we saw the shifting of the votes away from the Bharatiya Janata Party. In Bengal, the results are more or less have been on expected lines. Let's not talk about the exit polls. The exit polls were wrong all the way. In Bihar, the Janata Dal United led by Nitish Kumar did a splendid showing. Now, it is interesting to see how the new government comes into existence. Will it be banking on the support of Nitish Kumar, Chandrababu Naidu? Because living with these partners, Nitish Kumar and Chandrababu Naidu, will be very difficult for Narendra Modi, because these parties have very seasoned politicians leading them, Mr. Nitish Kumar, Chandrababu Naidu, who can make the life of Narendra Modi very difficult at this sector.
Exactly. I'm going to, come back to that and discuss it in detail. But before that, the question also is, was this election a battle between Mandal and Kamandal? Let's listen in to the analysis by our panel of experts.
ये पूछ रहा हूं कि क्या आपको लगता है सच में कि मंडल ने कमंडल को चैलेंज किया इस चुनाव में, हिंदी पट्टी में, उत्तर प्रदेश में, बिहार में, राजस्थान में जम के चैलेंज किया? और ये इसका कारण है, ये सारे आंकड़े जो हम देख रहे हैं जो 2019 के बिल्कुल विपरीत है, ये उसका मेन कारण है कास्ट सर्वे और संविधान के साथ जिस तरह राहुल गांधी और उनका पूरा इंडिया अलायंस गठबंधन पीछे पड़ गया हिंदुत्व के, और उस राज्य में जहां से राम जन्मभूमि का मूवमेंट स्टार्ट हुआ, तो उसमें जो है ये बहुत सीरियस चैलेंज है। क्या आपको ये लगता है?
नहीं, देखिए निश्चित रूप से एक बात तो आप मान करके चलिए कि जिस तरह का एक झूठा प्रचार इन्होंने जो है बिल्कुल इस चुनाव के दौरान किया, जिसमें एक ही बात संविधान खतरे में है, संविधान खतरे में है, और पर्टिकुलरली जो ऐसे सेक्शन हमारे हैं जो बड़े सारी चीज को लेकर के बड़े सेंसिटिव रहते हैं, उनके आरक्षण के विषय हैं, दूसरे विषय हैं, उन सारे विषयों को लेकर के रहता है, तो उसमें इन्होंने दखल जिस इस मुद्दे को खड़ा करने की कोशिश की, और उससे एक ऐसा एक माहौल जो है उसमें हमारा जो है वो पार्टी के प्रति जो है वो थोड़ा परेशानी वाला हुआ हमको। ये हमने और जगह भी देखा ये सारी चीज को लेकर के, लेकिन मैं समझता हूँ कि अभी राइट नाउ इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल टू जंप टू द कंक्लूजन। जो भी हुआ है इस सारी चीज का पार्टी का नेतृत्व विचार करने के बाद संज्ञान ले ही रहा है।
We step in a quick break now. We'll be right back with lots more on the other side. Stay with us.
Helps beat sensitivity fast. Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Why is the state not looking at putting an embargo on that?
As a Telangana person, I will not accept.
How do ordinary folks deal with this?
Start with the end in mind. You need to know where you want to reach. Every morning that we wake up, we are exercising our choice. The destiny is decided. The results are known that I'm going to win. Life of a goalkeeper is something which has always intrigued me. When you come into a stadium, this is the highest level of pressure. When I set out to do something, I decide in my mind, failure is not an option.
What you feel very strongly about, those are the stories to tell.
I have a mind which is absolutely restless. Mind and body are entangled sensations. That brings me back to golf. It's an amazing game.
This is not a perfect game. You only learn from them.
If you have a formula to a success, then you can replicate it.
I feel this is my first step. I'm starting now.
Winner is first born in the mind. I think, therefore I am. We are all about our mind.
World premiere every Saturday on News9 Live at 9 p.m.
Helps beat sensitivity fast. Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Welcome back. We have some big news coming in. Chirag Paswan met Chief Minister Nitish Kumar at his residence in Patna. While speaking to the media after the meeting, Chirag said that people have given their mandate to the NDA. Both the leaders will head to the national capital. Chirag and Chief Minister Nitish Kumar will join NDA meet in Delhi. That's the big news, viewers, that we're tracking for all of you at this moment. Chirag Paswan, the LJP chief there, met Chief Minister Nitish Kumar at his residence in Patna. And while speaking to the media after meeting Chirag, he said that people have given their mandate to the NDA. Both the leaders there will be heading to the national capital. There is an NDA meeting which is scheduled to take place at 4 p.m. today. Chirag and Chief Minister Nitish Kumar will be joining the NDA meeting in the national capital. I'll come to you, Ashok. You know, as you rightly said, right now, the biggest question is, what will Nitish Kumar do? But before you answer that, yesterday there was a meme, that was going around on social media, a picture, which said, Nitish sabke, just on a lighter note. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, Nitish is quite an enigma in politics. Look closely at Nitish Kumar's politics. He has a synonym in politics which is called Palturam. He has in the past moved from one alliance to another alliance. And the fear is, and all these shifting by Nitish Kumar from one end to the other end of the spectrum has been governed by self-interest. Now, Mr. Nitish Kumar in this situation, what he does, what he doesn't do, is all in the realm of speculation. There are speculations which are being made that he could be offered the position of a deputy prime ministership. He could be called to Delhi, given a cabinet post, or given more cabinet seats to his party. Here, besides Nitish Kumar, the story is also Chirag Paswan. Why Chirag Paswan is the story is that Chirag Paswan was fighting for the honor of his father's name as well as the party which his uncle had usurped. And this time around, yesterday, Chirag Paswan had a field day when his party managed to bag all the 5 seats on which Chirag Paswan's party had contested. Now, coming back to Mr. Nitish Kumar, there is a meeting in the evening of all the NDA partners to decide on the future strategy for running the NDA government in the center. We don't know what's going to happen, but primarily the nuts and bolts will have to be tightened here.
Ashok, my apologies, I'll have to interrupt. Chirag Paswan is in fact currently speaking to the media. Let's cut across.
मुबारकबाद देते हैं। भाई हकीकत है, नादान है, जानकारी की समझ नहीं रखते हैं, उनको पता ही नहीं है कि ग्राउंड रियलिटी क्या है, और ऐसे में सिर्फ बड़े बयान देने से देश की या प्रदेश की राजनीति को वो सिद्ध नहीं कर सकते जब तक जमीनी हकीकत उनको पता नहीं।
Ashok, you got to give it to the man. You know, he asked for 5 seats, he was given 5 seats, and he has proven his mettle. The man of the moment, in my view, is none other than Chirag Paswan.
Yes, you are right in a way. As I said that, this man has had a 100% record in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. And by winning this election, not only has he redeemed the name of his father Ram Vilas Paswan, but also has managed to carve a space politically for himself, not only at the state level, but also at the central level. Now, what is being given to understand is that once Mr. Paswan joins the NDA alliance, he could be given a cabinet post and another Minister of State position, which will be a huge boost to his confidence. You have to understand that Chirag Paswan's party did really bad showing in the last Bihar Assembly elections, and he has constantly been fighting with his uncle for control of the Lok Jantantric Party, LJP, which his uncle has usurped. But now, with this fantastic showing at the hustings, he has announced that not only has he made a comeback, but he is to be taken seriously in the state politics as well as the national politics.
Right. Ashok, continue to stay with us. In fact, Prime Minister Narendra Modi expressed confidence that NDA will form the government for a third consecutive term as he addressed BJP workers at the party headquarters. He thanked the BJP workers for their sweat and hard work and said that this inspires Modi to work for the country. The Prime Minister was emotional while addressing the crowd.
आज का यह पल निजी तौर पर मेरे लिए भी भावुक करने वाला पल है। मेरी मां के जाने के बाद ये मेरा पहला चुनाव था, लेकिन सच मानिए देश की कोटि कोटि माताओं, बहनों, बेटियों ने मां की कमी मुझे खलने नहीं दी। मैं पूरे देश में जहां जहां भी गया, माताओं, बहनों, बेटियों ने अभूतपूर्व स्नेह और आशीर्वाद दिया। और यह आंकड़ों में नहीं दिख सकता है। देश के इतिहास में महिलाओं द्वारा वोटिंग के सारे रिकॉर्ड टूट गए। इस प्यार, इस अपनेपन को मैं शब्दों में बयान नहीं कर सकता। ये मेरे भावों में है, ये मेरे मन मस्तिष्क के कोने कोने में रचा बसा है। हमारे विरोधी एकजुट होकर भी उतनी सीटें नहीं जीत पाए जितनी इस लोकसभा चुनाव में अकेली बीजेपी ने जीती है।
Sanjay, I'll come to you. There's definitely a change in the air. Do you think the BJP will realize that the rhetoric of the decade has changed?
BJP should realize, and it's all happened because of BJP. Because if you look at the loss in Uttar Pradesh, there was a reason behind it. The leaders, obviously, I'm not talking about Narendra Modi ji has given 200% effort. Look at Amit Shah, look at Yogi ji. Everyone has done, given 200%. But looking at the other leaders, I'm talking about the member of parliament, looking at the cadre, looking at the karkarta, looking at the booth level karkarta, they have not given 100% to the party and what Mr. Modi was expected. If you look at the statistics and the data, approx 55% MP should be replaced. And take an example from Lallu Singh to Mr. Tripathi, ex-UP president, should be removed. But still, they have given ticket to this party, and there was an anti-incumbency against these people. So somehow, somewhere, Bharatiya Janata Party could not able to judge the pulse of the ground. They have not taken the feedback from the ground karkarta. That was the biggest mistake which they have done, number one. Number two, when we talk about the popularity of Mr. Modi, I don't think it's gone down, because recently I was reading some agency's article where they have given the approval rating. Approval rating was in September 2023. It was 65%, it's gone up to 75%. Approval rating of Mr. Modi has been increased, number one. Number two, look at the number. What is number 292? Is this only because of Modi, not because of Bharatiya Janata Party? Maybe people taking my words wrong, but whosoever's voted is voted for Mr. Narendra Modi, not to Bharatiya Janata Party, because look at any state, Everywhere anti-incumbency were there against Bharatiya Janata Party and their candidate, but still people were voted. There was a reason behind it. They believe on Modi. People of India trust Modi. Whatever he made or saying, people are blindly trusting, and he is delivering. He has been delivering, and he will deliver. When we talk about what is going to happen tomorrow, yes, it's going to be very difficult for Bharatiya Janata Party to operate, especially looking at the working style of Modi. He will face some tough time, number one, but I'm damn sure he will manage it. Number two, introspection is required within Bharatiya Janata Party. I think you are very learned anchor, and you know the kind of people, those who are coming. Example, if any question has been raised on reservation, then the spokesperson and the party leader and the member of parliament, whether it's Karkarta, they need to explain and convince the voter, no, it will not happen like this. This is the scenario, but they could not able to narrate properly. To get the caste, narazgi of Rajputs, BJP was not able to handle properly. Somebody has to stand up and say, no, whosoever has done mistake, we will take strict action against the person, whether it's a minister, whether it's a member of parliament, whosoever is. If you are running any cadre-based party, then you need to be disciplined and you need to be straightforward and you need to address the people. Number four, when you look at the vote percentage of OBC and SC, why it's moved out from BJP to other party? They were scared. Why it was scared? Because they thought the reservation BJP will take the reservation, but it is not true. But narrative have been said, and no one from Bharatiya Janata Party except Mr. Modi able to convince. And Modi cannot go to everywhere. He has a limitation. He cannot go beyond that. I think IT cell need to be changed in Bharatiya Janata Party. Spokesperson need
directly attack कर रहे हैं संजय जी. आप अमित मालविया को डायरेक्टली अटैक कर रहे हैं, थोड़ा देख लीजिए.
No, I'm attacking.
आप बोल रहे हैं आईटी सेल चेंज कर लीजिए. मैं फेवर में हूं, but I'm saying you're directly attacking Amit Malviya. Is this attack directly aimed at him? He is the IT cell of BJP.
I'm just saying, give me 30 seconds. BJP need to replace IT cell. I'm telling you why. They, from last 1.5 years, they are just Congress is setting up a narrative and this is countering. If you're countering a narrative, that's you're not fit for the job which you're doing, number one. Number two, look at the spokesperson. Barring 3 or 4 spokesperson, none of the spokesperson in Bharatiya Janata Party able to counter opposition, able to convince the opposition, able to put forward the point front of the people while doing the debates. That's a weakness of this party. If you are you are having a party, then you need to rebuild, restart. Every time you need to rebuild, restart if anything goes wrong. So this time, I think Mr. Modi need to take a corrective action, not externally, internally, which is important.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Sanjay. We in fact have to slip it a quick break, but we'll be right back with lots more on the other side. Don't go anywhere.
Helps beat sensitivity fast. Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार. विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी.
20,000 people dead and counting. What's happening in the United States of America is unprecedented. You will have to pay for this.
Start with the end in mind. You need to know where you want to reach. Every morning that we wake up, we are exercising our choice. The destiny is decided. The results are known that I'm going to win. Life of a goalkeeper is something which has always intrigued me. When you come into a stadium, this is the highest level of pressure. When I set out to do something, I decide in my mind that failure is not an option.
What you feel very strongly about, those are the stories to tell.
I have a mind which is absolutely restless. Mind and body are entangled sensations. That brings me back to golf. It's an amazing game.
This is not a perfect game. You only learn from them.
If you have a formula to a success, then you can replicate it.
I feel this is my first step. I'm starting now.
Winner is first born in the mind. I think, therefore I am. We are all about our mind.
World premiere every Saturday on News9 Live at 9 p.m.
Helps beat sensitivity fast. Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Welcome back. The NDA has secured its third consecutive victory in the Lok Sabha election. Prime Minister Narendra Modi called it a victory of the people as the vote counting continues across the country. He praised the performance of the NDA under Nitish Kumar in Bihar. Prime Minister Modi also thanked Andhra Pradesh ally Chandrababu Naidu. It is important to note that both Naidu and Nitish Kumar's combined efforts have added 28 crucial seats to the NDA tally.
कि केंद्र सरकार आपके विकास के लिए कोई कोर कसर बाकी नहीं छोड़ेगी। आंध्र प्रदेश में चंद्रबाबू नायडू जी के नेतृत्व में एनडीए ने शानदार प्रदर्शन किया है। बिहार में नीतीश बाबू के नेतृत्व में भी एनडीए ने शानदार प्रदर्शन किया है।
Telugu Desam Party President N. Chandrababu Naidu returned to power in Andhra Pradesh, decimating his rival and incumbent Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy. Together with his alliance partners, the Janasena Party and the Bharatiya Janata Party, TDP was able to win more than 160 seats. In the 2019 state elections, the YSRCP, led by YS Jagan Mohan Reddy, secured a resounding victory, winning 151 out of 175 seats. The YSRCP swept key districts including Kadapa, Kurnool, Nellore. Meanwhile, the incumbent TDP managed to secure only 23 seats and the Janasena Party alliance won a solitary seat. The alliance with Janasena's Pawan Kalyan helped TDP secure numbers in critical seats.
Yes, I wished for good things to happen to people of AP, and I'm glad these are the expectation and we worked towards it. I'm glad people stood by us and they gave a historical mandate, and we will live up to it. I'm extremely glad, and I feel I personally feel very accountable and responsible for the mandate given. All through my life, I went through failures, went through a lot of turbulence, and I never seen the kind of success. But finally, we had seen such a thumping majority for our alliance. I feel being a part of it. Definitely, I feel good. I'm glad, and I'm glad that I have initiated it. And
is there any specific reason to choose Pittapuram as your place?
Pittapuram has been a lot, right from 2009, ever since we initiated into politics. That is the one part always people used to communicate to us. Please come and contest from here. Even they said it multiple times. I think one summer, one post-corona, one mid-afternoon, someone came and I was thinking from where to contest. I was just sitting in this room and I was thinking where to contest from. So someone came and brought a bunch of mangoes, and I said, sir, you should contest and pit up. I think I have taken that as the message of God. That I think we have to set first our priorities to go to for tomorrow NDA meeting, and once we come back, we'll sort out the power sharing and whatever portfolios. I have an idea and would like to disclose it after a few days.
Well, Ashok, coming to you, there are many who say that Chandrababu Naidu is a difficult politician. They also say that he's very demanding. Do you think the BJP will be able to work in tandem with Chandrababu Naidu, particularly Prime Minister Modi?
Well, Neha, you have to understand Chandrababu may be a difficult politician, but he's also a very seasoned politician. He knows when to bargain hard and when to tone down. But one thing is for sure, that Narendra Modi has no experience of running a coalition government. Running coalition governments is a very tricky task. It's a tricky situation. It's almost like accommodating all the wishes and desires of the coalition partners before you move forward, which is exactly opposite to Narendra Modi's style of governance. So whether it be Chandrababu Naidu or Nitish Kumar, coalition partners bring with them their compulsions, and such compulsions put pressure on the central government. So it's clear that while these politicians may be difficult ones to work with, but they are also very seasoned. They know when to drive a hard bargain, when to tone their demands down. So it depends on how the central government or somebody from the central government handles these coalition partners. So if a coalition partner is handled carefully, as we've seen in the case of UPA 1 and UPA 2, it's easy that you can govern peacefully and in a nice manner over a period of 5 years. It's only about accommodating the interests of coalition partners.
Right. Ashok, continue to stay with us. In fact, let's now move to Uttar Pradesh. The biggest surprise has come from Uttar Pradesh, where Samajwadi Party won 37 seats, becoming a single largest party in the state that sends the highest number of MPs to the Lok Sabha. Here, Congress, which fought in alliance with the SP and is a part of the India bloc, has won 6 seats. Collectively, the opposition India bloc has won 43 seats, stealing BJP's thunder in UP. The Bharatiya Janata Party, which was locked in a tense competition with the SP, managed to bag only 33 seats, thus marking a steep decline compared to its 2019 UP tally of 63 seats. Akhilesh Yadav regained lost ground in UP, while BJP suffered surprising reverses in Hindi heartland state, which has been key to its electoral dominance nationally since 2014. Akhilesh Yadav's solo campaigns and joint rallies with Rahul Gandhi seem to have done the trick, while the BJP's Ram Mandir pitch following the inauguration of the temple in Ayodhya does not seem to have worked on an electoral level. The picture is in stark contrast to the Lok Sabha election results in 2014 and 2019 that played the most decisive role in bringing Narendra Modi to the centre. In 2024, the SP's strike rate, viewers, was the highest among the big parties, as it won 37 of the 62 seats it contested, while the BJP could win only 33 of the 76 it contested in Uttar Pradesh. Among all the political parties in the country, the SP took the biggest leap with a 7-fold increase from its 5-seat tally in 2019. When the India bloc was formed, Akhilesh found it to his liking right from the start, but with the rider that the strongest party in a state should lead the alliance there. With some roller coaster moments in India bloc seat sharing, Akhilesh stayed adamant and finally kept 62 seats with the SP and gave 17 to Congress and 1 to the Trinamool Congress. Akhilesh Rahul revived their UP ke ladke image of the 2017 alliance and vibed well. The SP or the Congress did not respond much to the BJP's Hindutva Ram Temple and Hindu-Muslim plank, and instead kept their focus on social justice, youth, unemployment, paper leaks, caste census, economy, gaining huge win in Uttar Pradesh. Coming to you, Sanjay, you know, the biggest surprise undoubtedly has come from Uttar Pradesh. We're talking about Samajwadi Party here, which managed to win 37 seats, Bharatiya Janata Party from 67 to 33. Was it the reservation factor that hurt the party the most?
It was very surprising, to be honest. We were watching and I was in a debate, and when I saw this result, it was really shocking for me where BJP went wrong. But yes, if you look at the Mudda's reservation was major mudda, and somehow somewhere Mr. Akhilesh Yadav smartly managed these things and communicate to the people of Uttar Pradesh that yes, if BJP is coming into the power, then they will take the reservation. So do not vote for BJP. So that was the agenda they have taken. And no doubt, if you look at any other agenda, whether it's unemployment, whether it's about Mahangai, I don't think the Mahangai is there. Inflation rate is not too high as compared to UPA government. Unemployment has been almost here and there from last 20 to 30 years. So employment rate maybe 1-2% here. That is not making much sense. But how you narrate, doing the narration, that is very important. Where BJP went wrong. So BJP could not able to sense the ground reality, and they, as I mentioned earlier, Neha, they are not able to communicate to the people and convince the people. If suppose the opposition is raising anything or any issues against you, you need to counter it, and counter in a manner that people should convince by your thought process and the way you're trying to communicate. So none of the things happened in Uttar Pradesh. Number one. Number two, obviously, people were not happy with the candidate. Look at Faizabad. I'm talking about Ayodhya. Lalu Singh lost, and none of the people from the ground reporting or ground worker was saying not give ticket to this gentleman. Still, BJP has given ticket to Lalu Singh. We need to understand, he has been in politics. He has been contesting election from 1991. Today is 2024. How long you want to take or see the face of the only one person? Give a chance to the new people, those who are young, those who want to do something for the party and for the people of the state. But BJP somewhere somehow could not able to look at all the parameters, and because of that they have lost. Trust me, I was not expecting this kind of seat moving from BJP to Samajwadi Party or to INC, but it's happened because somebody has good in setting up a narration and taking to the ground, but somebody is good in setting a narration but could not able to communicate or taking to the ground. So that is the only difference. And no doubt Samajwadi Party has been talking on PDA model, Pichhada, Dalit and Alpasankyak. So that model was not working, but they're able to convince Pichhada for sure and Dalit for sure to come to us and vote. Because if you look at 2019 election, Dalit didn't vote to Samajwadi Party, but they have voted to Bharatiya Janata Party. This time, if you look at the share, I think BJP got 32% OBC, and they got more than 42 to 45% OBC, and similar in Samaj SC voting percent. So you as a political party need to make a proper strategy, if anything, because in the election any nation can go anywhere, but how you're going to counter is very, very important, and these are the only factor. I think reservation was the major factor which went wrong or went against the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Right. Here, viewers, I'd also like to correct myself. The BJP, in fact, won 63 seats in 2019 and not, in fact, 67. So, Ashok, coming to you, Congress Party played around that BJP is going to attack the constitution if it is voted to power with a thumping majority. I think what has happened here is that all the backward class vote has shifted to the SP, and hence we have this shocking results right in front of us from Uttar Pradesh. Do you think that is what has happened?
Neha, it's not, you just cannot say this one particular factor was responsible for BJP's dismal showing in Uttar Pradesh. There were a number of factors, or rather I will say a combination of factors which led to this poor performance by Bharatiya Janata Party. As Sanjay has already pointed out, that look, there was a problem with the candidates who were chosen to contest the elections. in Uttar Pradesh. There was a problem with the narrative which was being set by the NDA in Uttar Pradesh, because now they have been in power for the last 10 years and they got into a narrative of vote jihad to Mangal Sutra, and instead of focusing on developmental issues, they focused on divisive narrative, which didn't go down well. And to add to this, when we talk of divisive narrative, it is important to point out that Bharatiya Janata Party lost the Faizabad seat, that is Ayodhya seat, where the Ram Mandir was consecrated a few months back. It is seen to be an ideological defeat for the Bharatiya Janata Party. You know, for the last 20 years, Bharatiya Janata Party has been hammering on the Ram Temple issue, and finally, when the Ram Temple actually materializes, the Bharatiya Janata Party loses from Ayodhya. And this underlines the fact that even people in Ayodhya were not happy with the divisive narrative. There were more serious issues like employment, inflation, rising prices of land.
Right.
They were all there. Another thing is, we have to understand that the Modi magic. The Modi magic is kind of simply waning. Otherwise, how do we explain the loss of BJP candidates who were handpicked by the central leadership of Bharatiya Janata Party to contest the elections in the name of Modi? If it isn't the waning of Narendra Modi's charm and hold over the people, then what is it? One more thing about the shifting of the voters' base. If you look closely, there are almost 30 to 34 seats in Uttar Pradesh which are Muslim and Yadav dominated. Last time in 2014, of these 34 Muslim Yadav dominated seats, BJP was able to win on 22 seats. But this time around, there was a complete reversal. The people who voted for Bharatiya Janata Party in 2014-19 have now moved back to Samajwadi Party, and there has been a shift of almost 7 to 8% votes in favor of Samajwadi Party. And these combination of factors explain why BJP did poorly in Uttar Pradesh.
Right. Thank you very much, Ashok, for joining us with all of those important insights. Thank you, Sanjay, for being with us. Here now, BJP swept the Odisha Assembly elections, winning 78 of the total 147 seats. Former MP and BJD Tathagata Satapathy slammed VK Pandian over handling of the elections and the loss faced by BJD. He added that Lord Jagannath withdrew his blessings from BJD over the Parikrama projects, and that the people of Orissa have seen through the attempt of a civil servant to take over the party. Listen in.
I primarily think that whoever has disturbed our Lord Jagannath, I am not saying this politically, not saying this religiously, but in a political sense, whoever has touched Lord Jagannath has had to suffer. The way the Puri temple was disturbed and that Parikrama project was taken up, that was one reason why I think the blessing was withdrawn from the edifice that the BJD had become. The BJD is not someone's private party. It was the aspirations and the hopes of the Odia masses that had bestowed the blessings on that system, on that party, and they could have utilized it even further by being more positive towards the state. But by the way they were going ahead politically, compromising at every stage to safeguard their own interest, that backfired. Whereas in the neighboring Bengal, if you see, because there was no compromise, there was no fall. But these people compromised and they disturbed the Lord and they suffered. Whoever has disturbed the Lord has suffered. Even earlier also in history in Orissa, we have seen this many a times. Well, the way the BJD was being manipulated, the way all political elements were driven the way one former civil servant thought that he could take over the party by controlling one individual. That party does not belong to an individual. It belongs to the ODI race, and it will again reinvent itself. I am certain the party will reinvent itself. Maybe the name will change, but the political drive of the ODI race will remain, and it will be successful even in future. So let us not write off the party or the organization. We will have to write off some individuals, and that has been done. And whether it is a government officer or whether it is a government officer who has taken voluntary retirement, these individuals are of no consequence for the people of Orissa. They did not approve the funny type of behavior that was shown to them. It is not money that can buy people here. It is the love and the genuineness that can buy the Odia people. And they rejected the way they were behaved with. They just simply did not want to deal with that kind of a person. See, I personally feel the BJP will not send any of its any of its MPs who have won, because that will decrease the number in Delhi for them in Lok Sabha. So I do not think any of the MPs will be able to come back. So there will be a choice of somebody from within the legislative party. I think the BJP has enough young people with bright ideas and politically very mature. I can even name one or two people like that. And I think that will be good for the state to have a change. And I personally believe there should be a change every 5 years. Odisha should not again go for a long-term system.
With that, it's a wrap on this edition of the Bulletin. Thank you very much for watching. News and updates continue on the other side. Don't go anywhere. This is me, Neha, signing off for the day.
Helps beat sensitivity fast. Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
Kesariya